Hello students, today's video is for BBA third year finance specialization students and we will discuss the subject called security analysis and portfolio management, that is SAPA. Dear students, in today's class we will discuss a very important topic, that is called listing of securities. Listing of securities, or in short we can say listing. Listing. Dear students, what is listing? Listing is a process in which the securities of a company such as shares, debentures, bonds, mutual funds and all other securities that a company issues is going to be registered in the stock exchange. Again repeating the meaning, listing is a process through which the securities of the company are listed in the stock exchange, that is Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. So when the securities are listed in the stock exchange, the entire process is called as a listing. We will very soon discuss what is the process, what are the conditions and how all these things has been carried out for the purpose of listing. But the basic concept of listing says that listing is nothing but when the securities of a company are registered in any stock exchange, that is called listing of securities. So basically listing means it is a process where the securities are listed on the stock exchange. So listing, very simple, when the securities are registered or listed, it is called as a listing. Now one simple question, is listing is compulsory? Is listing is compulsory? For a public limited company, the answer to the question is, if the company is a public limited company, then the listing is compulsory. That's why I am written yes. For public limited companies, listing is 100% compulsory. But for private companies, it is not mandatory. They may list their shares or they may not list their shares or securities in the stock exchange. Now, when the securities are listed on the stock exchange, definitely it has certain benefits to the company, not only to the company but also to the company, to the investors, to the general public also. So the advantages of listing each towards the company itself, towards the investors, and third towards the public. Now, when the shares are securities, I mean to say, not shares, it may be debentures or any other securities also. When the securities are listed on the stock exchange, the general public is able to know know regarding the price of different securities that is being listed on the stock exchange. On the other hand, when the security is not listed, if it is a private limited company and the private limited company is not listing its securities in the stock exchange, then the general public don't able to know regarding the share price of that particular company. One simple example or one practical example for understanding the process of listing, I'm just telling you. Suppose you want to sell your mobile phone or old mobile. You want to, or you wish to purchase a new mobile, and you want to or ready to sell your old mobile phone. Now, when you sell it through any online app, popularly the online app is OLX. So what happens? Now, when you sell your product through the online app, that is OLX, where most of the old products are being sold. Now it gives a complete opportunity to the new buyers who are ready to buy the old mobile phones. On the other hand, second one, same case, second one. On the other hand, if you don't sell your product through online mode and you saying to some of the friends that I want to sell my mobile phone, please inform me if anyone want to buy. You are interacting with your friends only. Now, when you are giving the product on OLX for selling, it gives you a broader platform. A broader platform as compared to not listing, I should say. I should use the word listing. If you not list your mobile phone in the any particular online app, then your opportunity becomes very less. The number of buyers who want to buy a old mobile phone will not be able to interact with you, because you are not giving him good platform. Simply you are saying to some of your friends, and if any one particular buyer is in between there in your friend circle only, then only you will be able to sell the mobile phone. On the other hand, if you register your mobile phone in the any online app, I'm not promoting OLX here, any online app, maybe OLX or any other particular app, then you are giving a huge chance to the different buyers, to the unknown buyers also, who want to buy a mobile phone. From this example, just coming to our topic, listing is like that. When the companies are listing their shares in the stock exchange, then the general public able to know regarding the different share price or debenture price or securities price that has been quoted every day in the stock exchange. Nowadays, by sitting in our home also with online shopping or online trading apps, we are easily able to know by sitting at our home. On the other hand, if any particular company is not listing its security in the stock exchange, then the scope for selling the security becomes very less. Only few people, those who are known to the company, those who are a very close link to the company, I'm talking about private company. So those who are very close linked to the company, only that much buyers will going to invest or is going to buy the shares. So the advantages of listing is quite huge as compared to non-listing. As I said, it has got various advantages. First of all, the uh, company gives its securities a huge amount of scope. A lot of customers can uh, have a knowledge regarding the quoted price of their different securities. Number two, the investors or general public. The investors or general public definitely are getting a clear cut idea regarding the share price, and accordingly they will decide when to purchase, when not to purchase, or if to purchase, if not to purchase. On the other hand, if non-listed cash is there, if the company is not listing its securities in the stock exchange, then the investors are not not in a position to know about the share price. Only those buyers will come, or only those investors will come in the case of non-listing. I'm talking about those who are having a close relation with the private company. So the limitation becomes very narrow if the company is not listing its securities. So listing gives a wider scope for selling the securities to the general public. However, remember, for public limited company it is 100% compulsory. But for private limited companies it is optional. They may list, they may not list. They may list, they may not list. Now, up to this, a general question that is obvious will be created in your mind, that if listing is having so much advantages, till now I am telling you about the advantages. So if listing is gives us so much benefits to the company, to the investors, to the general public, then why any private limited company will not want to list its security in the stock exchange? Every company or every private company should definitely wish to list these securities in any stock exchange. Why they will not list these securities? Because the answer is, students, for listing the securities certain parameters has to be satisfied, or certain, you may say, certain conditions need to be fulfilled. There are certain parameters which are set up by the different organizations for listing the security in the stock exchange. But one thing you remember, listing is governed by, or you may say, listing of the securities is governed by, number one, Companies Act 2013, particularly section 21. Remember the section 21 of Indian Companies Act 2013 gives a lot of guidelines or rules regarding listing of a security. So number one, listing of securities is broadly governed by Companies Act 2013. Section 21 of the Indian Companies Act 2013 deals with listing of securities. Apart from the Companies Act, there are two more agencies also. Who are they? SEBI. The full form of SEBI, repeatedly I am telling, Security Exchange Board of India. Security Exchange Board of India, that is called SEBI. And third, Securities Exchange Control Act 1957. So number one, Companies Act. Number two, SEBI. Number three, Security Exchange Control Act 1957. So these are the three. 1, 2, 3. You can see from the board. These are the three organizations which basically govern or provide time to time guidelines regarding listing of a security. There are certain conditions or parameters that need to be satisfied, as I just said you. What are those? The IPO. The IPO of the company should be of 10 crores, minimum of 10 crores. IPO stands for initial public offering. Initial public offering. The initial public offering, which is the first issue, in shortcut you remember, the first issue of the company should be minimum of 10 crores. Now in the case of FPO, that is further public offering. In the case of FPO, it is 20 crores. In the case of further public offering, it is 20 crores. That you can say second allotment, third allotment. So when the first allotment, or you can say initial public offering is made, the minimum subscribed capital or equity capital, the minimum subscribed capital of the company should be 10 crores. And in the case of further public offering, the minimum subscribed capital of the company should be 20 crores. Should be 20 crores. Now we will see types of listing. That is called initial listing. When the securities are going to be traded for the first time, it is called initial listing. I'm discussing the various types of listing. After knowing about the meaning, we are discussing the what are the various types. Number one, initial listing. When the company is first time issuing the shares to the public, it is called initial listing. The company is required to list its security under initial listing. The company need to list or need to listing its security in the stock exchange under initial listing, because the company for the first time issuing the securities to the general public. Public issue, you can say second issue, because first issue is your initial listing. So when the securities are made through public issue, that is for the second time, it is also another kind of a listing. Third, right issue. Right issue for the existing shareholders, because right issues are always made to the existing shareholders only, depending upon the right of shares, or depending upon the number of shares they purchased, the company will allot them a right issue depending upon the number of shares already been purchased. So in the case of right issue also, it is another type of listing. At the time of right issue also, the company may go for listing of security under right issue. Next, bonus issue. It is nothing but sharing of profits of the company. Sharing of the profits of the company is known as the bonus issue. When the company is declaring dividend on its bonus issue, so generally it distributes its profit among the shareholders, or by way of a bonus issue. So these are the various types of listing. Next, what are the various documents required at the time of listing the security in the stock exchange? We will discuss that. First document required, very important, MOA, which stands for Memorandum of Association. MOA stands for Memorandum of Association. The first document that is required for listing the security in the stock exchange is Memorandum of Association, or MOA. Next, AOA, which stands for Articles of Association. Remember students, MOA and AOA are the major documents of a company. It is an interview question also. If the interviewer asks you, tell me the main two documents of the company, the answer is MOA and AOA. Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association are the major two documents of any company, either public limited or private limited. Next, you may say the 5 years advertising papers, or you may say the prospectus. The prospectus of the company, 5 years of prospectus, or advertising documents. The term we are using is advertising document. What is the procedure for selling the security of the company for 5 years, or you can say last 5 years? Remember the word, last 5 years advertising paper, or you can say prospectus. Next, 5 years financial statement, or last 5 years financial statements of the company. Last 5 years financial statement of the company. Financial statement means it includes, financial statement includes balance sheet, auditor's report. So major financial statements include balance sheet, profit and loss account, and auditor's report. So the last 5 years financial statement, which includes number one, balance sheet, very important. Second, profit and loss account, last 5 years, and third thing, auditor's report. Last 5 years auditor's report is also very essential of so far as documents of listing of securities are concerned. Now, apart from that, the number 5, you may also say the underwriters of the company. The underwriters of the company. the merchant bankers of the company, who are the underwriters, who are the merchant bankers, in what way the trading system has been followed. These all things should be produced, or these all documents should be produced at the time of listing the securities in the stock exchange, listing the securities in the stock exchange. So these are the various major documents. We have seen the meaning of listing of security. We have also seen, what you can say, the types of listing. We have also seen the different conditions. We have also seen the major documents that is required at the time of listing of security. So we have covered a lot of things regarding the listing of security in the stock exchange. So talking about the conditions, dear students, as I said, the minimum equity capital, one thing. Talking about the conditions in a detailed manner, first thing, the minimum equity share capital. Talking about the conditions, the minimum equity share capital of a company should be at least of 5 crores. The first condition that is required for listing the security in the stock exchange is that the minimum amount of equity share capital of the company should be minimum of 5 crores. And second condition is, you can also say, 60% of the total amount, that is 60% of 5 crores, 60% of the total amount, that is 3 crores, because 5 crores into 60%, 5 crores into 60% comes to 3 crores. So minimum 3 crores of the share capital should be issued by way of IPO, that is initial public offering. So basic two conditions are, the equity share capital of the company should be minimum of 5 crores, and second condition is the 60% of the minimum amount, that is 5 crore. So total amount comes to 5 crore into 60%, that is 3 crores. So rupees 3 crores should always be issued by way of initial public offering. So these are the basic few conditions regarding listing of securities in the stock exchange. Just go through today's video very carefully. Write down the notes that I will send you just after the video, and if any doubt arises, we will discuss it in the next Google Meet session. Thank you, students.